Here's your first page of your sketchbook, and it's your inspiration mind maps. This is a good place to start just to kind of get some ideas going. As you get rolling in this class, you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to make artwork that you wanna make, artwork that you care about, and sometimes it can be a little intimidating to make art without an idea. So this will help you get some ideas. So a mind map can be made at any time with any kind of topic that you're covering. We're gonna start with 3, and then there's 2 blank ones down here that you can fill in your own topics. But just to show you how it works, I'll start with 1, hobbies. So think about what hobbies you have in your life and think about like the main ones. So for me, art is definitely a hobby. So what I do is draw a little branch and write art, and then I can draw a little bubble on it, and that's kind of a little subtopic. Before I dig deeper into that one, I'm gonna think of some of my other hobbies. I do like to do a little bit of gaming, but not a lot, but that is something I do in my free time. Some other hobbies, I like nature and to hike in nature or be out in nature. Another hobby is hanging with my kids. I don't know if that's really a hobby, but that's what I do in my free time, which might link back up to that other one. So I'm gonna start going off on subtopics now for art. So what do I like to do? I like to paint. And what do I like to paint? I like to paint landscapes, animals. So now you can see that I'm kind of branching off of that subtopic. I like to do landscapes, animals primarily for painting, and then for drawing, I like to do those things too, but I also like to do people or portraits. I like humor in art quite a bit now that I've gotten older, I guess. All right, so now I can pop down to gaming. What do I like to play? I like to play Overwatch. I like to play Animal Crossings, or I used to anyway. And then I can start to think like, okay, that's great, but then what is it that I like about it? I think that Overwatch, it's fun because I get to do that with my husband. It's more fun because I get to play with him and then our other friends. So it's kind of a social part of it. That is the big part for me. And then Animal Crossing, there's definitely a social aspect. There was also kind of like this escape-ism to it that was really helpful during COVID when we're stuck inside. So that's kind of how I'm starting here. Hobbies, I can go off on nature. I like to hike. I'm a huge fan of sunrises. Driving on M22 in the morning on the way to school. Nature, hiking. I love the water. I love to boat. Love rain. I love sun and beaches. So you can start to see how this is gonna go. And I'm not gonna make you watch me do all of this, but that is kind of how you start doing it. If you run out of space, that's fine, because it should be a whole explosion of ideas and things that you care about, things that you're interested in. So I want you to do the hobbies, family and friends, and food, and kind of break off onto all these different little tangents, these different ideas. And then if you want to, certain ones you're like, oh, you know what, I really do like that idea as an art piece. You can take a marker or something, and you can start to highlight different things that you like in this. Different ideas. You're like, you know what, that gives me an idea, something in my mind that I want to do. You can start to kind of highlight those areas. And then down here, you can do subtopics or other topics. I have some other topics listed down here, like politics, social issues, movies, games, books, music, technology, health, mental health, identity, culture, growth, and change. So you can kind of, if you're really interested in that idea of change and then what that might look like, and then you can start doing your subtopics here. So this is a finished inspiration mind map page. It should be pretty filled up using a lot of space, and it says each topic you should come up with 10 or more connecting topics in your mind map. So that means like for this hobbies one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I've got 15 subtopics here. Each one of your bubbles, all 5 bubbles, should have 10 or more connecting topics for full credit.